If you have any questions, I'm ready. Hi everybody, so I'm pleased to be here with you today to just introduce myself for those who do not know me. For those who know me, will get to hear a little bit more about who I am, what I do, my experience, and my background. I'll start by the fact who I am. My education, I graduated from Johns Kennedy School of Government, Harvard University, and I'm a fellow public policy. Throughout my career, I did multiple roles, of which I was a policy and planning expert with USAID-funded projects and EU projects. I teach business policy and strategic management. I'm a regional and international management consultant, certified trainer, and I'm a development expert. My background in the non-for-profit sector and development, I can say it takes two levels. One was international organizations like the World Bank, IMF, UNDP, and EU, where I served in multiple areas, including administration of justice, healthcare, social development, and economic empowerment. At the regional and local level, meaning at the Middle East region, the MENA region, I did serve and work on issues related to education reform, entrepreneurship, youth development, good governance, and poverty reduction and eradication. I held several leadership positions in Egypt and in the region with multiple NGOs. I chaired the Egyptian Youth Federation. It's a federation of 25 youth NGOs that function nationwide across Egypt. I used to chair my NGO, Dreamers of Tomorrow. I was the chairman of the United Nations Volunteer Network in Egypt. I'm a board member of the Coalition for Transparency with Biblioteca Alexandrina, coming up from the Arab Reform Initiative that was initiated back in 2005. I'm a board member of Takatuf, and this is an NGO that works on improving educational system in Egypt and refurbishing schools in Egypt. So I'm working in multiple areas like Dar al-Ahmar and some other locations in Masr al-Adima. I'm the country representative of the Harvard Club in Egypt. I'm a member of the Harvard Arab Alumni. I used to volunteer with Fatah Khair, Risala organization, those two large NGOs in Egypt. I used to serve on their boards as well. I started as a volunteer. I served on their boards. I have a lot of connections with these groups. Why am I running for EAD board? I can say that I'm interested to run as a board member for EAD for three specific reasons. First, after the revolution, I was delighted to see that there is such an initiative finally done by a group of Egyptians trying to help out and just have a voice and do something for Egypt. So I thought I've done a lot of things domestically. I have the connections within Egypt, so I can help if I'm working with the board here. Second, I have a unique set of experience and skills and experience combining private sector, government, non-for-profit, and civil society. So I can share this with my fellow colleagues from the board and introduce them and help to reposition the organization so that we can introduce some new programs, sustain some of the existing. My thing is that I'm hoping that within 5 years that people will talk about EAD as a mover and shaker, meaning that it can contribute to shaping Egypt's future, and that Egyptians who are living abroad can just have a voice and they can have a perspective and contribute rather than being, as much active as I would like to see them. My vision for the organization, I can divide it into two levels. First, at the institutional level. Being a professor of business policy and management, I'd like to see more of having proper administrative and financial system institutionalized so that the capacity of the organization is growing. Because the organization have witnessed its inception and been active in its meetings up to a certain point of time. Then due to some personal issues, I have to prepare a few things. But I think this is a key thing that needs to be straightened out, and this is part of my work as an organizational development expert to know how to build an organization. So, second, I want to work with the board members to work on sustaining the programs, and we can strengthen the Egyptian community here in the Chicago area. I know there is a lot of Egyptians who live here. I heard that some of the past meetings were a larger turnout. I was hoping there would be a larger crowd, but I'm happy to see the crowd here. So if we can be looked at as the core community organization, this is for Egyptians in Chicago, and then grow, in North America, this will be great. Second, I'm hoping to see EAD taking the lead in creating a network of Egyptian organizations in North America and forming a coalition or a federation or a group that can really build on collective strengths of these organizations and really have a unified approach to looking into issues that relate to each. Fundraising is a key element that always I've seen through my career working with the civil society and NGOs. It's like, it's the key, it's the backbone. If you don't have any funds, you cannot implement activities. So I think I can contribute by building some fundraising mechanisms where you can reach out to local, international donors who can be interested in its mandate and support its activities. At the international level, I'm hoping to see EAD with a reputation with the international organization and international donor fund organization and with the international community in general to be looked at as an organization that's really doing something for Egypt. I see Egypt as in need of having programs that participants or members of EAD can really contribute to, and it would help really to build or reshape the, I don't like what they're calling the Second Republic, all the politicians saying Second Republic or whatever. It's rebuilding Egypt's future and investing its youth. Because I'm a firm believer, with a population like have more than 60% under the age of 25, this is where is the hope, here is where is the strength, and here is the competitive advantage of Egypt. So if we help this group, we'll be able to reshape Egypt. I'm hoping to bring to the board stronger relationships with civil society in Egypt, because no matter how strong and organized, and if we don't have the right connections with the civil society, with the government organization, with the private sector, on the ground, in Egypt we won't be able to implement any projects. And based on my experience over the last several years of working with multiple organizations, I think I can bring this and help EAD to foster its position and implement its program. I hope my presentation is not too long. I tried to stick to the time, from 3 to 10 minutes, so I typed it 7 minutes. So I want to thank you for your attention, and if you have any questions, I'll be very happy.
Well, I just wanted to mention that Dr. Amr has been actively helping us throughout the year, and was, his contribution was key to building the structure, building the board structure, the advisors, the General Assembly. That was all work done with Dr. Amr's contribution. So a lot of his work was done behind the scenes, but nevertheless, its impact was here. Thank you.
I almost heard the slogan there, EAD taking the lead.
Almost. Yes. One of my contributions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Any questions? Thank you.